Welcome to the Secrets of the Bible channel. The story of Moses' sons is one of the most mysterious in the Bible. How is it possible that the Bible tells more about the great leader of the people of Israel than about any other person, but does not mention his family? The symbol and sign of the family are passed through generations with the help of 24 books of the Bible. And yet there is something missing, which makes one man the loneliest man in history. Moses, his wife and children are not with him in the most important moments. During the most crucial events, they disappear from historical coverage, and nothing is known about them. He is surrounded by family, including his sister Miriam, her husband, and their son, as well as his brother Aaron and his 4 sons. His nephews and cousins are all there with him, but he is alone, as his children and wife are not present. Where did Moses' sons go? This remains a mystery, as there are not many commentators who have touched on this topic. From the limited information available, we can piece together a picture. According to the biblical story, Moses was frequently assisted by his family members. His brother, Aaron, served as his interpreter before Pharaoh and the people. The story begins with Moses fleeing from Egypt after he killed an Egyptian. He sought refuge in Midian and encountered Zipporah, the daughter of Jethro, near a well. They had 2 sons, Gershom and Eleazar. While working as a shepherd for his father-in-law, Moses witnessed a burning bush in the desert. He recognized this as a divine spirit. Later, Moses accepted his mission and, along with his wife and 2 sons, embarked on a journey to Egypt. During their journey, they paused to rest, and God appeared to Moses. God threatened to take Moses' life because his son had not been circumcised. Zipporah, in her wisdom, understood that to protect her husband Moses, she needed to circumcise her son to spare his life. After this event, Zipporah and the sons disappeared and only reappeared after leaving Egypt. The lack of detailed information about Moses' family members and the mystery surrounding them raises questions. Why does the Bible provide so little information about Gershom and Eleazar? We should note that the Bible specifically mentions the birth of the first son, Gershom, which prompts our curiosity about the existence of a second son of Moses. Zipporah gave birth to a son, and Moses named him Gershom, saying, "I have become a foreigner in a foreign land." Exodus 2 verse 22. Then the word sons suddenly appears, meaning that during a period unknown to us, another child was born. So Moses took his wife and sons, put them on a donkey, and started back to Egypt. And he took the staff of God in his hand. Exodus 4 verse 20. After the exodus from Egypt, Jethro brings the sons of Moses back to Moses. His father-in-law Jethro received her and her 2 sons. One son was named Gershom, for Moses said, "I have become a foreigner in a foreign land," and the other was named Eleazar. For he said, "My father's God was my helper. He saved me from the sword of Pharaoh." Exodus 18 verses 2-4. The birth of the first son is mentioned in the verses, but the birth of the second son is not. This is the last time that Moses' sons are mentioned in the Bible. After this, there is no further mention of Moses' sons. Does the Bible ignore Moses' family? The absence of Moses' sons is particularly noticeable in the places where they were expected to see them. The Bible provides a list of Aaron's descendants up to Phinehas, and also mentions the Korach dynasty. However, it does not make any mention of the descendants of Moses. Perhaps to understand why, we will have to understand what we read in the previous verse. After Moses had sent away his wife Zipporah, his father-in-law Jethro received her. Exodus 18 verse 2. The words, "had sent." The Bible didn't mention these words previously, but it turns out that at some point Zipporah returned with her sons to Midian and separated from Moses. Sent in the Bible means divorce, as it appears in the book of Deuteronomy. If a man marries a woman who becomes displeasing to him because he finds something indecent about her, and he writes her a certificate of divorce, gives it to her and sends her from his house, and if after she leaves his house she becomes the wife of another man, and her second husband dislikes her and writes her a certificate of divorce, gives it to her and sends her from his house, or if he dies, then her first husband who divorced her is not allowed to marry her again after she has been defiled. Deuteronomy 24 verses 1-4. At some point Moses separated from Zipporah, and their sons went with her. This happened after an incident on their way to Egypt, at a hotel. At a lodging place on the way, the Lord met Moses and was about to kill him. But Zipporah took a flint knife, cut off her son's foreskin, and touched Moses' feet with it. "Surely you are a bridegroom of blood to me," she said. So the Lord let him alone. Exodus 4 verses 24 to 26. In this event, it is said that God attempted to harm Moses, and Zipporah saved him by circumcising her son. She referred to Moses as blood bridegroom on 2 occasions. Did Zipporah convey to Moses that being with him posed a danger to their souls? And maybe she didn't desire such a life. In response, Moses sent Zipporah back to her father's house in Midian. However, one significant detail suggests that it was only Moses and Zipporah who parted ways, and that is the kissing. Let's examine this for a moment. Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, together with Moses' sons and wife, came to him in the wilderness, where he was camped near the mountain of God. So Moses went out to meet his father-in-law and bowed down and kissed him. They greeted each other and then went into the tent. Exodus 18 verse 5 and 7. This is quite similar to what was written right after the hotel incident. The Lord said to Aaron, "Go into the wilderness to meet Moses." So he met Moses at the mountain of God and kissed him. Exodus 4 verse 27. In both cases, Moses' relative goes to the Mount of God in the desert to meet Moses, and their warm encounter begins with a kiss. It seems that these two meetings close a circle between Moses' first moments after the confrontation with Zipporah, after which she returned to Midian, and the reunion between them. Because of the warmth expressed by Moses in these kisses, it can be understood that Zipporah left because she realized that Moses was on a mission from God. She understood as a prophet, a priest, and a leader, any disruption could harm him. Jethro's admiration for the Exodus process led him to return to Moses. He completes his spiritual journey by recognizing God and contributing to the people of Israel with an orderly legal system. Now, the question arises, were Zipporah and her children partners in Jethro's spiritual journey, or did life in Midian shape their character differently? The complete absence of Zipporah, Gershom, and Eleazar from this point onward may indicate that the three did not fully join the people of Israel and did not have an active part in Moses' leadership. However, there is one more sign in the Bible about what happened to Moses' family later, and it appears in the difficult story of the statue of Micah. Towards the end of the story, the name of one of the men in the story is mentioned. There, the Danites set up for themselves the idol, and Jonathan, son of Gershom, the son of Moses, and his sons were priests for the tribe of Dan until the time of the captivity of the land. Judges 18 verse 30. When embarking on God's mission to lead Israel and liberate them from Egypt, the great leader paid a significant price by losing his family. Is this an unavoidable cost that leaders of the people of Israel must bear, or would it have been possible to behave differently? We hope you learned something new today. If you did, give this video a like and share it with your friends. You can share with us what you know by leaving a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more informative and entertaining content. Thank you so much and see you next time.